What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Nashio. Welcome back to the channel. I know it may seem like I am okay, but I'm actually a little under the weather right now. My stomach is hurting a little bit, and I have a really mild headache. So please do forgive me on that. But in today's video, I will be talking a little bit about the full set list for Legendary Duelist Rage of Ra. This was actually posted several days ago. I was gonna talk about it on the day this article was released, but I was like, nah, you know what? I'll wait until now. So this is a 58 card set list for the set, and there are cards for Merrick, for the what are they called again? The Grand Nobles or something like that. And also for, no, the Pure Nobles. Sorry. The Pure Nobles. And also for Esperoba. So, without any further ado, let's get into it. And I will be talking about some of these cards, and whether or not these cards are perfect for the meta, or whether they're just there, for like, as like a whatchamacallit, just for like, just for anime purposes or not. So without any further ado, let's get into it. So obviously the first thing here is the Winged Dragon of Ra, and I'm going in numerical order. So we do have the alternate art for the Winged Dragon of Ra. I believe the only way you can pull this card is if it were a ghost rare, to the best of my knowledge. I am not entirely sure, but I have seen the artwork, and the artwork is absolutely incredible. Hang on a second, guys. I need to... Alright. So, and the artwork on it is really, really cool, but it will never be as good as the original, in my personal opinion. And then, of course, too, we have Egyptian God Slime. And what's interesting about this is that... Okay, thank you. Okay, I swear this laptop is giving me issues. And what's cool about this card is that, if I can scroll to it, it's actually kind of interesting, because it says here that it requires 1 Aqua Monster and a level 10 Water Monster, which is nuts. So you could literally use Revival Jam and Metal Reflex Sign, which would duplicate an Egyptian God card, which is incredible. And its effect says must first be either fusion summon or special summon from your action deck by tributing a level 10 Aqua Monster with 0 attack. This card can be treated as 3 tributes for the tribute summon of a monster. Cannot be destroyed in battle. Your opponent cannot target monsters you control with card effects except Egyptian God Slime. Also, their monsters cannot target monsters for attacks except Egyptian God Slime. So it basically has all the effects of, well, what was the one? Jam Defender, I think it was, where you can only attack the Egyptian God Slime, and it can't be destroyed in battle, and it can't be targeted by card effects. That right there is pretty good. I could definitely see this card being extremely broken in the meta. But I would probably just only see this card being a 2-of, considering that a lot of people don't, only because of the fact that I haven't seen a lot of people play Egyptian Gods in their deck, so it's kind of basically 50-50. And then, of course, continuing on, we have Reactor Slime, Guardian Slime, Ancient Chant, which honestly, that card is just super broken, because you can just get, you can literally get, Literally, I believe the card allows you to get an Egyptian god card to your hand, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So basically, it's kind of like a monster reincarnate. Okay, seriously, fuck off. Thank you. Damn ads. So basically, what that card does is it's essentially a monster reincarnation for the Winged Dragon Raw. But if you use that effect during your main phase this turn, you contribute summon one monster in addition to your normal summon or set. And you can only gain that effect once per turn, which honestly that is really good. So you're basically allowed to normal summon twice. So essentially it's like a monster reincarnation double summon with literally the effects of raw sphere mode, basically, which is absolutely incredible. It is absolutely incredible. I could definitely see this card being at 3 hands down. And then of course we have Blaze Cannon, Millennium Revelation, Sun God Unification, Makiora the Destructor with its new Errata. I don't know what its new Errata is. I think they changed it to like a once per duel type of thing. So let me see. Let me see about its new Errata. I want to see about this. I don't know if they... I don't know what its Errata is. But the card name... But the card text reads... During the turn this card was sent to the grave, you can activate trap cards from your hand. So I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I believe they made it so its new effect means is during your next turn, except the turn this card was sent to the graveyard. So it was kind of like the Errata for Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon. I'm not so sure, but honestly, that card's not really gonna do anything in the meta. So I really would not recommend using that card. JuGiOh as well, holding arms, holding legs. Monster Reborn. That's an interesting reprint because that card has been reprinted as in literally every rarity known to man. You know, common, rare, super rare, ultra rare, secret rare. I want to say it's also been reprinted as an ultimate rare in the OCG. I'm not so sure, but if you guys do know, let me know in the comments below. I know it's been reprinted as a Shatterfoil, black rare or something like that. I don't remember, but yeah, but yeah. So it's been reprinted multiple times. It's an interesting reprint, but it is really good, especially if you're running an Egyptian God card deck. This card is just absolutely nuts. And then of course, Left Arm Offering, which I believe you have to send your whole hand to the graveyard for. Hang on. Let's see. Let's take a look. Because I remember when this card was released in the Millennium Pack. I think I pulled like maybe 2 of them. If you have two or more other cards in your hand, banish your entire hand. Add a spell from your deck to your hand. Okay, fuck you, ads. Thank you. You cannot set spell or traps during the turn you activate this card. So if you play this card, if you activate this card, you cannot set any spells or traps. But if you have like 2 or more cards in your hand, you can banish your whole hand and add a spell from your deck to your hand. So it's essentially like a kind of like a Stratos of sorts. Honestly, I really don't see a lot of people running this card at 3. I could definitely see it maybe as a 2 of, just because you really, with this deck, with the Egyptian God card deck, you don't want to banish your deck, your whole hand. You know, you want to use your hand. That's why that's why a lot of people didn't use this card, was because it didn't do anything. It hardly did anything at all, in my personal opinion. So definitely as a 2 of. Then of course we have the true name. This was used. I think in the live voice actors duel from last year's World in Berlin, if I remember correctly, this card basically allows you to call out one card, and if you draw it and get it right, I believe you add it to your hand. Otherwise, it goes to your graveyard, which is absolutely nuts. Metal Reflex Slime, I believe that's the continuous trap card. This is the card that I had mentioned that you can use as tribute to summon the Egyptian god Slime, which this card is just nutty. And ironically enough, this is one of the few rare trap monsters in the entire game, and there's only a select few. I know that there's Copy Knight. I know that there's Embodiment of Apopus. This card, I think the Paleos as well. There's quite a few, but they're very rare to see. So that's it for I guess for Merrick's cards. Is there more of them? Yeah, there's like a few there's like a few more, but it's like at the bottom here. So now we're going into the meklords, which were used by the pure nobles. We have Meklord, Astro Dragon, Triskelion, Meklord Emperor Weissel, Synchro Absorption, which I believe that is the new form of Weissel, Meklord Nucleus Infinity Core, Meklord Army Deployer Obligado, Meklord Assembly, Meklord Deflection, Meklord Astro the Eradicator, Meklord Emperor Weissel, Grinnell, Skeel, Astro Mechanical, Astro Dragon Asterisk, Meklord Army of Weissel. Crazy enough, Army of Weissel is kind of an interesting one. Let me take a look. Meklord of Army Weissel. Here we are. All right, let's see. So if I remember correctly, so let's see here. This card gains 100 attack for each Meklord monster on the field, except this card. Once per turn, when another Meklord monster you control declares an attack on a defense position monster your opponent controls, you can activate this effect. During that battle, if it attacks the defense position monster, piercing damage. So it basically has the effects of a so it has basically a Mad Sword Beast effect, but it gains an additional 100. So it's kind of like what's it called? Mage Power, I think it is, where it gains points for each card on the field on your field, which is pretty cool. And then of course we have Meklord Fortress, which I believe that's the field spell for them, and then Chaos Infinity. And then for the Jinzo deck, we have Jinzo the Machine Menace, Psychic Bounder, Psychic Mega Cyber, Cyber Energy Shock, Law of the Cosmos, Cosmos Channeling, Everlasting Alloy, and then of course Jinzo, obviously, Jinzo Returner, Jinzo Lord, Jinzo Jector, which I believe Jinzo Lord is the boss monster for the whole deck, Brain Control, Amplifier, Mind Control. Yeah, Brain Control is an interesting one. Brain Control is an interesting reprint because a lot of people don't play it anymore because of its new errata. That's why a lot of people prefer to play Mind Control is because with Mind Control you don't have to pay anything to use its effects. So yeah. And then of course Psychic Shockwave. And then for the rest of the cards we have Raw's Disciple, which is a nutty card. So literally if you have all three on board, you can tribute them to summon one of the 3 Egyptian god cards, which is just stupid. Absolutely stupid. And then of course we have Meklord, Army of Skeel, and Grinnell, Boon of the Meklord Emperor, the Resolute Meklord Army, Reboot, a Wild Monster appears, Mound of the Battle Creator, which I believe, again, which works with any deck that runs 10-star monsters, more specifically the Egyptian god cards, the Sacred Beasts, pretty much any deck that runs 10-star monsters, this card is just absolutely nuts in. And then of course we have Token Sunday, Token Stampede, and White Aura Bahamut. So I don't know anything about that card. Let me take a look. No. Why Aura Bahamut? Here we are. So let's take a look. So I believe this was a, looks like a YCS prize card. Looks like. Let's take a look at its. Let's see. Oh, okay. Okay, so I believe this was in a set called Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5 Volume 4. Also, it must have been the Jump promo. Yeah, so it must have been a Jump promo or something like that. Yeah, so it was a manga promo. So, okay, so what does this card do? So it is a water attribute, 10-star. Literally, as I mentioned, it's a 10-star. Fish Synchro, 3,300 attack, 3,000 defense. And it requires a tuner synchro and a non-tuner. Okay, so during your turn, when this card is synchro summoned, you can special summon a Divine Dragon token. Fish, water, 10-star, 3,300 attack. Oh, so it's the same as the Bahamut. In defense position. Okay, so it's a token summoner. That is pretty cool. Once per opponent's turn, while you control no tokens, as a quick effect, you can special summon a Divine Dragon token. If this card you control is destroyed by an opponent's card effect and sent to your grave, while you control a Divine token, you can special summon this card in defense position. So it's basically... So I believe you can summon... So I believe this card is basically a monster reborn on its own. That is just stupid. I don't know who the hell came up with this, but... Who came up with this one? But this is an incredible card. It is super nutty. It's token based, and it's perfect with It's perfect with, with the whole, with synchro based decks. I'm not so sure if you would be able to use that card as Xyz material going into a rank 10, but it could be interesting to say the very least. So that's literally the whole set. Honestly though, in my honest opinion, out of all these cards, the top 5 cards that you would want to go after the most, obviously Ra is one of them, Egyptian God Slime, Ancient Chant. I would probably say Sun God Unification. Let me take a look at that one. Sun God Unification. So let's take a look at what this card can do. Oh, ow, my neck. So it's the continuous trap card for them. Okay, so it says here, if you control a monster whose original name is the Winged Dragon of Ra, you can activate this card the turn it was set. Damn. During the main phase, you can pay life points so that you only have 100 left. Okay, seriously? What the hell is... Okay, something is seriously wrong with my laptop here. I swear, guys, I don't know why my laptop does this to me. Okay, seriously, I swear this fucking laptop is always giving me problems. So where was I? Finally. So okay, you can pay life points so that you only have 100 left. One special summoned, the Winged Dragon of Ra you control, gains attack and defense equal to the amount of life points paid. Once per turn, you contribute one the Winged Dragon of Ra, gain life points equal to the attack it had on the field. You cannot activate these effects in the same chain. Okay, let me just state for the record how broken this card is. This card basically ensures that you still have life points. Okay, so if you were to tribute, like, say, 3 Blue Eyes White Dragons, and you summon the Winged Dragon Raw, he would have 9,000 points. And if you were to have 8,000, you would literally have over 12,000. Okay, so let's see here. 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16. You would have 16. He would have 16,900 life attack. And if you were to tribute this card, or actually, sorry, no, if you were to tribute the Winged Dragon Raw, you would have 17,000 life points, which is insane. And you could use this effect over and over and over and over again. And ironically enough, because that this deck ensures that you have the Winged Dragon Raw on the field, you could have 100,000 life points for all we know. That's how broken this card is. So obviously, this is one of the big cards that you will want to go after the most, and also Millennium Revelation. I actually want to take a look at that really quick before this video goes over. Millennium Revelation. Here we are. So I believe this would be this is one of the new spells for them. It's a continuous spell. You can send one Divine Beast monster from your hand to the graveyard, so it's kind of like a Foolish Burial of sorts. Add a monster reborn from your deck to your graveyard to your hand. Okay. So instead of it being so it's basically a monster reincarnation, but for spells, but for monster reborn. You can send this face-up card from your spell and trap zone to the grave. This turn, you can special summon the Winged Dragon Raw from your graveyard with Monster Reborn, ignoring its summoning additions. Bruh. But you must send it to the graveyard during the end phase of this turn. You can only use each effect once per turn. Okay, think about that for a second, because if you combo this off with the effects of that Sun God card, what was it again? Sun God Unification? Dude. That would be, that right there is going to be the combo that you want to go after the most. Because with this card, you can send Obelisk the Tormentor from your hand to the graveyard, add Monster Reborn from your graveyard, and then send this card to your graveyard, activate Monster Reborn, summon the Winged Dragon of Raw, and then activate, and then obviously activate Sun God Unification's effect. Use both of their effects, not in the same chain, but in separate effects. Your life points will go up extensively, and you could easily attack for game. That's how broken this combo can really be. I could definitely see those two cards being the two main ones you want to go after the most. But guys, that is going to do it for this video. Honestly though, I really don't see the meklords getting being any good. The Jinzo deck, honestly, it could top a YCS if things do start start to die down a little bit in the world. But other than that, I think the God deck, the Egyptian God deck, hands down, is going to be the deck that you would want to play, especially with a combo like that. But guys, that is going to do it for this video. Question of the day: which card, out of all these cards, which one are you looking forward to the most, and what do you think the Ghost Rare Raw would look like? Let me know in the comments below. And that's going to do it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, smash the thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you guys do not miss out on any new content that comes your way. And be sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. All three of my links, both of my Twitters and my one Instagram, the links are down in the description below. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.